Welcome back to another episode of the Post Game Clarity Podcast. Today I'm joined my partner, my dog, my co-host. What's going on, man? How you living?
So, bro? How you been? I've been chilling.
Been chilling, man. All-Star weekend just wrapped up, man. We had a pretty successful All-Star weekend. This was one of the most eventful ones as far as the All-Star game this week. I feel like a lot of people enjoyed it. The new system, I feel like it got not a lot of negative reviews at first. People were kind of iffy about how they felt like it was gonna work, but I feel like everybody right now is on the side of they enjoyed the game. I personally enjoyed it. I think this was one of the most eventful All-Star games that we've had in a couple years, excuse me. When the stars came out to play, we got the older guys, the world, the two USA teams. It was fun to watch the each teams competing up against each other, man. We had Wimby popping out and showing this week. Anthony Edwards played great. Kawhi Leonard would have won All-Star MVP if his team would have won. It was some pretty good performances. Before we get to that, man, we gotta go to the Rising Star game. VJ Edgecombe winning MVP for Team Carter, man. He had 2 game winners, if I'm not mistaken. He played great this year. He's having a pretty good rookie campaign, and this is just one of the icing on the cake for him, man. He's been solid this year for the 76ers, and he's gonna continue to be good for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to see how he grows as a player through this league. I wonder if they're gonna commit to him or if they're gonna have a similar Jerry McCain situation, but we'll see. I'm excited to see how he develops as a player for sure, though.
I think that Jerry McCain trade, along with them move some other people around and his connection to Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid as a whole, I feel like that's the direction that they want to go with whenever they do. If Joel Embiid is on the team long term or whatever happens with them, I think the future is definitely him and Tyrese Maxey. As far as the Rising Star game format and the All-Star game format, how do you feel about the new format?
It was definitely fun to watch. I'm kinda Braun said this earlier. He said he liked it, but he's more of a East and West kinda guy, taking it old school.
Yeah,
I kinda gotta agree with him. I like the whole East West vibe. The Western Conference always saying that they're better than the Eastern Conference or vice versa, and then they battle it
kind of
out
created
with
that
their
rivalry type
all-stars.
of scene.
Yeah, and I kinda like that. So, like, I'm all for the world, everybody included, blah, 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 whatever. That's what we have the Olympics for, man. So, I feel like if we keep it East and West, I feel like it'll still be good. I don't feel like it's necessary to have the world versus the USA, you know what I mean?
What I liked about the format was the different like, the way they went about the games. I feel like it allowed players to try harder because they got to get that break in between games with the other 2 teams heading and facing off against each other. So I feel like it kinda gave the players more of a reason to play harder because they weren't really gonna be playing for a whole game because you get breaks in between. So I'm a fan of that. I feel like that's gonna help players play more in the future and give us more entertaining All-Star games. So I think that was the right move. Um, I'm kind of a more of a East and West kind of person myself. I just kinda like that East and West rivalry, and one year the West winning it and the East seeing if they can get it back. I like that. But at the end of the day, I just want it to be entertaining, man. So whichever format can get us the most entertaining games, that's the one I'm gonna go for. And speaking
Yeah.
of entertaining, man, oh, my bad, cut you off.
No, 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 I was just agreeing with you. I was just saying, yeah.
Oh, yeah, speaking of entertaining, the three-point contest, man. Damian Lillard winning the three-point contest without playing a single game this year. This had a lot of mixed opinions. Some people felt like he shouldn't have been able to play in the event. Other people didn't see a problem in it. Where do you stand on it?
I don't think he should have been able to play 'cause, like, I wonder how that choosing of players goes. Like, I thought it was always, oh, like, three-pointers made, three-pointers attempted, stuff like that, like, because
Percentage
if
and stuff like that?
yeah, because if excuse me, if, Joel Embiid could play in the three-point contest if he wanted to, we're just gonna be able to allow that? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
like, I
I feel
mean,
that.
but it's whatever. Because I feel like if you're not able to get an NBA award, you shouldn't be able to play in the All-Star festivities. If that makes sense. From an injury standpoint, because he's not gonna play,
Right, yeah,
yet
he's not playing
he
this year.
accepted that trophy and won, rightfully, but
Yeah, I feel that, and, he backed it up with a win. He had 29 points in the last round, beating Devin Booker by 2. Devin Booker finished with 27. He definitely put up a fight for sure after having that crazy first round. But I kinda feel the same way as well. I just don't feel like If you are playing if you are injured, I don't feel like you should be able to play. Just like how well, of course, if you don't have enough games played, then you are disqualified from certain trophies like the All NBAs and the MVPs and Defensive Player of the Years. I feel like it kind of should be the same way. If you're not gonna play for the All-Star game and for the year, then you shouldn't be able to be eligible for the three-point contest. But it also makes me wonder how many people that they had previously decided not to do it for them to have Damian Lillard in the three-point contest. Because I'm sure that that wasn't their first option with him not playing for an entire year. So I'm curious to kind of see who would have been playing or who they wanted to get in there before Damian Lillard got in there. But nonetheless, he pulled up and got the win. That's pretty impressive, not playing for a whole year and you going out there and winning the whole thing. That's definitely impressive.
Definitely, definitely, and kudos to him, man. He shot the lights out, so
Yeah, shot the lights out
definitely.
the ball. Now, on the topic of Damian Lillard in the three-point contest, Damian Lillard and Steph Curry spoke of trying to get them two, Klay Thompson, Devin Booker, and some more guys in the three-point contest next year, which will be hosted in Devin Booker's hometown. Well, the Phoenix Suns' hometown team is gonna be in Phoenix. So I feel like that would be great. I feel like for a lot of these guys other than Devin Booker, of course, it's gonna be some of their last three-point contests, some of their last seasons. So I think that's gonna bring some nostalgia back, with, of course, it being in Phoenix, so you're gonna have Devin Booker, got Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, the Splash Bros back in there, and Damian Lillard, one of the best three-point shooters of this generation. I'm sure they might try to get some guys like Cat in there or whatever. I think that could bring the vibes even more back even more for the All-Star weekend in general, especially with the turnout of the guys playing this year. Fans looking forward to that next year along with this three-point contest. I feel like that can bring some of the vibes back so we can get some of the lit All-Star weekends we're used to.
Who would you have if that Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson, let's throw Cat in there, let's throw
Okay.
KD in there. Who you got with it?
In a three-point contest like that, those guys, I probably would say either that's tough. I have to say either Curry or Cat, honestly.
Curry or Cat?
And a
Okay.
lot of those guys, I think every single one of those guys except Devin Booker and KD have won a three-point contest. Only reason
Mhm.
why I say Cat, of course, him being one of the best three-point shooting big men of our era, but it's tough to go against Curry. It's definitely tough to go against Damian Lillard, seeing he's won 3 of them. It's hard to go against all these guys, but I feel like the three-point contest is kinda fit for more so of how Cat shoots the threes, the catch and shoot ones, the getting in rhythm, getting into your spot. I feel like that's the type of threes he shoots. He doesn't shoot many off the dribble threes like that, although 100% we know he can. I feel like those are kinda his shots, while mostly everyone else on that list other than Klay Thompson is more of a off the dribble, type of shooter. Although they can of course, shooters can shoot no matter where, no matter what you had them doing. But in a contest like that, I think I'm either gonna roll with Curry or Cat. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna have to go with Curry. I can never bet against Curry in a shooting contest
Yeah,
because,
yeah, 100%.
especially now, bro, hear me out, bro. I feel like he's been shooting the best of his career these last couple seasons. Like, the type of shots, the amount of shots, the high difficulty of shots, I feel like he's been shooting amazing.
I say other than those MVP years, like the ones where he's shooting
Yeah,
50, 40, 90,
yeah,
like that volume he was shooting up in those back-to-back years was crazy. But for him to be this and I feel like what I will say is at this point in his career, I think his all-around scoring game is completely improved. Of course, he still has some of those games where he's inefficient from 3, like super inefficient, but for the most part, his just ability to score from all 3 levels and consistently has been great this back half of his career. He's expanded his game much more.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Now moving on, not much to talk about here, man. The dunk contest, another year of disappointment. I feel
Yeah,
like honestly, I know we were talking about this off camera, but if they were able to swap the dunk, I feel like what would be good is if we could have some sort of 1v1 type of tournament in replace of the dunk contest for Saturday and maybe have the dunk contest before the All-Star game on Sunday. I feel like something like that would kinda be a little bit better. Only thing for the 1v1 tournament is I don't really know how many NBA players would participate in it. I know Kyrie Irving said he definitely, would wanna participate in something like that. I could see guys like Anthony Edwards wanting to participate, but for a lot of these seasoned veterans, these older guys, these guys that don't feel like they have much to prove, I don't really see them I couldn't really see them doing much of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of the younger guys. Have a feeling KD would do it because he has an ego. So I feel like KD would do it, and because he's a great, I feel like he'd be great at ones. But I think we potentially see like a Rob Dillingham. Like imagine, bro, Rob Dillingham and what's his name, bro? I'm blanking on the Pelicans.
Jeremy Fears?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
AE,
Or
all those
Jeremiah, excuse
guys.
me.
Yeah, just all those guys in there, bro. That would be cool, bro. That'd be fun.
That definitely will be fun, and you could switch it up. You could have the guards in one bracket, and then you can have the bigs and the combo guards, and just have the 1v1 winners from each bracket, so you don't maybe have, like, a guy like Kyrie facing off against Giannis or something like that, but I definitely would be I think it would be fun, and number 1, it would be fun for the fans. It'll bring some of that excitement back, and it will bring something new to the All-Star game that we've never seen before. We've never seen anything like that. You have, the league on rivals for the WNBA, and that 1v1 their 1v1, like, little segment has been going viral. People love it. It's a fan favorite because those are things that, like, as kids and growing up, you always wonder if your favorite players competed against each other in, like, a 1v1, who would win, and that's all the type of hypotheticals that we've always had. And being able to actually be able to watch something like that on All-Star Weekend would definitely be fun. I wish the players would buy into something like that because, like I said, it would be fun and it would bring some vibes back to All-Star Weekend for sure.
Definitely. I think another thing it would bring on top of that, if you have a little incentive with it, like the winner gets so and so
Yeah,
and so to charity, bro, or whatever, that would be
yep.
sick. It's a lot of ways they can do it. I just feel like they're not gonna do it, but they could do it, bro. That would be really, really cool.
Staying on the topic of NBA, man, we're halfway through the season this year, so we're gonna talk about some midseason awards, man. Who are your midseason MVP, Rookie of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year?
Ooh,
And also give me your championship predictions midseason. Who's coming home with the chip?
MVP, I'm probably gonna have to go with either SGA or Luka. I feel
Okay.
like it could honestly be up for grabs between those two. You said DPOY, right? Defensive player of the year. Whoo.
And Rookie of the Year?
Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
Cooper Flag for sure.
I have I have Luka as my, midseason MVP. And when I say midseason, I'm just meaning who I think from right now in the midseason, who I think is gonna win when the year is over. Number 1 in points right now at 33 points per game, 3rd in assists with 8.6 points per 8.6 assists per game. Lakers are top 5 in the West. If they're not top 5, they're close. I feel like as long as they stay top 5, top 3, I think he should come home with it. I think SGA, the Thunder will be number 1 in the West, I'm quite sure. He's out with injuries right now, but I think, like you said, it's gonna be a toss-up between those 2, but I wanna see Luka win it, so I'm gonna go with Luka. And my defensive player of the year, I got Wimby. I mean, it's hard to go against him, not gonna lie. I think he's fed by, like, a bunch. I think he's minus 300 or something like that, but almost 4 blocks a game with 1 steal per game with how good the Spurs are defensively, like and all the stuff that Wemby does for that team, you can't even see on the stat sheet. Like, the way he patrols the paint and how he protects basically that whole interior just by being in one spot, man, he's a big reason why they win, so it's hard not to go against Wemby, but if I were to not, I say guys like Scotty Barnes, Kawhi Leonard, those are guys that I would wanna see win it, but I got Wemby, but for my Rookie of the Year, I got Cooper Flag. It's gonna be between him and Con Canepo, I'd assume,
Con man.
and I love Con. He's a great shooter, and what I respect about him is people always talk about his shooting ability, but he's much more than just a shooter. He's got a great floater, I ain't gonna lie. He has an amazing floater. He's able to finish around the rim. He's got a mid-range too, and he's a big reason why Charlotte is starting to win some games, man. Him, Brandon Miller, and LaMelo Ball, they've been playing some pretty good ball. They went on a, what was it, like, an 8-game win streak we talked about on the last pod.
Yeah.
It's unheard of for them. That's big credit to him for making that big of an impact as a rookie. But I got Cooper Flag in this one. Ability to guard 1 through 4 while giving them 20 points per game. The only knock that you can really have on him is his three-point shooting. He's gotta get that up. When he gets that 3 ball consistent, he's gonna be a 24, 25 point per game a night, guys.
I can agree.
I
Yeah,
got Cooper as
definitely.
my
He's
MVP.
cool. Okay. I like it. I like that whole list. I like the Luka take as well. I know a lot of people like me would put SGA there, but I like that take with Luka.
Yeah. I feel like it's tough because I also wanna see Anthony Edwards win one as well. But, I mean, it's hard, man, like, this year, Jokic isn't even in it, so eventually, like, next year, you're gonna still be going against Jokic. SGA is gonna always be in the mix. Luka's gonna be in the mix, so it's hard to get one like I could see Ant maybe getting the scoring title if he keeps it up like this. He's been one of the only guys that hasn't really battled with too many injuries. Luka's been out for some games. Of course, Jokic has been out. SGA's out right now, so I can see that happening if he continues to, uh, heat up, but
Yeah.
I would like to see Ant get the scoring title. I know MVP is a little tough, especially what these guys bring with assists and rebounds as well. Those kind of bigger guards, and of course you got Jokic, as most likely gonna keep averaging triple doubles. So it's hard. But Anthony Edwards, I love his game. He's from Atlanta. He brought home. You know what's crazy? I just realized this. I saw someone on Twitter post about it. And Atlanta has the MVP. Excuse me, the All Star MVP for NFL and NBA with George Pickens and Anthony Edwards. Well, not really Atlanta, but Georgia. Both those guys went to Georgia. That was interesting. I did not
Yeah.
even recognize that until I thought about that. And then the NFL MVP, Matthew Stafford, also went to Georgia, so that's crazy.
Shoot.
Georgia sports on the like, they on the
They
rise this
showing
year,
out.
man. That's crazy. I don't even know when I'm very curious when the last time something like that has happened. I know that's oddly specific, but the All-Star MVP and for both sports, NFL and NBA, and
Yeah.
the NFL MVP all being Georgia alums, that's impressive for sure.
Yeah. That's a cool little thing right there. I wonder when the next time we'll see another school do it, just in general.
Right, exactly. That's the big part. When the next time another school is gonna do something like that. But so far, I damn, we do edit that. So far, this All-Star weekend, well, All-Star weekend has ended, but I rate All-Star weekend I rated it at 8 out of 10. Great All-Star
Mhm.
game. Three-point contest was live. I love the Rising Star game as always. Dunk contest takes it down a notch, but hopefully they can get something figured out to make that entertaining or replace it with a more entertaining event. But as for right now, I that was a great All-Star weekend. Good break. Back on NBA soon. What do you rate the All-Star game this week?
I'd
The
probably give
All-Star
a little
weekend.
I'd probably give it about a 6.5 because the game and everything, it's just I'm a big fan of the dunk contest, bro. I always have been. I love
Yeah,
dunks. So,
true.
like, seeing the dunk contest take this I guess you could say, what's the word? Like, the route it's taken and where it's
Right.
gone from the past, bro, it just feels like they're not even trying anymore. Like, the higher ups aren't even trying anymore to make it fun,
Yeah.
and no one wants to do it anymore. So, like
True, true,
and
true.
I in the scoring, bro, I saw weak dunk get a crazy score, bro, and it just I'm not
And I
happy
feel
with it.
like I gotta cut him a little bit of slack. It is tough. I feel like the biggest thing for the All-Star, I mean, excuse me, for the dunk contest in years previous was the creativity aspect. Even if the dunks themselves weren't, like, the most difficult or dunks that we never seen before, it was the creativity that we got from Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon and Dwight Howard and those type of guys that made the dunk contest more alive, and I feel like that's kind of the thing that, of course, we know Mackie McClung has done it with how many he's won, but I feel like that's what, as a collective, we need to get back to the dunk contest. Is just trying to find different ways that we haven't really seen before to make it more creative, to catch and keep the fans' eyes. And I feel like we also need like like how we had Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. We knew those two were gonna battle out against each other. We have Mac McClung. I feel like if we had another guy in there that we had those 2 that could go against each other and it could create kind of like a rivalry in the dunk contest in and of itself, which would make it more interesting to watch. I feel like we need something like that to keep it more live, but hopefully they can figure something out to make the dunk contest more interesting and keep All-Star Weekend going, but I feel like this year was a step in the right direction for All-Star Weekend for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, by the way, Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon are still playing. It would be great to see
Right,
them,
but
you know,
it's about that time. Them hops gone, man. From
they
those
gone.
guys can still dunk it for sure, but I definitely don't think the dunk contest is on either one of their agendas for the moment, to be honest. It will be fun for nostalgia. Moving on to NFL, man. Don't got much for NFL today, but Tyreek Hill released from the Miami Dolphins a few days ago. Few teams that were in targets for Miami, excuse me, for Tyreek Hill are Las Vegas Raiders, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Los Angeles Chargers. I've seen the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets, along with the Ravens in the mix as well. Those are a lot of teams that kind of need a little bit of help or a lot of bit of help in the wide receiver room. I think all those teams would be grateful to get a guy of Tyreek Hill's caliber, even if he is on the backside of his career. Which one of those teams, of course, I know you're a Chiefs fan, so I know which direction you might be going with it, but what are some of those teams that you think could be the best fit for Tyreek?
Hearing the 3 teams in the same conference is crazy.
Right.
Like, if it comes down to those 3, 4 teams, we know where he's going. He not going to the Bills. That's a rivalry right there. He would never do that, right? Right, Tyree? He would never do that. Raiders, he'd be dumb to do that. So I
Yeah.
feel like he gotta come home. He might as well just come home, bro.
I feel like it also depends which team what each team will be offering. I know each teams they're kinda at different stages. The Raiders are starting that rebuild off, Chiefs trying to get back on their feet, and the Bills trying to get past the hump and make it to the Super Bowl. I like to see him on the Ravens. Having a guy like him for Lamar, even if he, you know, I know he's with the bunch of injuries that he's had. I know some of the speed might be lacking, but if he wasn't asking too much, I would like to see him on the Ravens. Of course, the Chiefs, that type of reunion would be great. Getting Patrick Mahomes, his guy back, and in kind of a less condensed role, not really asking him to do as much. But I want to see the Ravens. We know how much Lamar likes to throw to his sort of receivers, man. So I like to see him on the Ravens for sure. We always talk about how much Lamar doesn't get much help, especially in the playoff time, especially from his wide receivers. But you already got Zay Flowers. I don't really know how much. If they were going for another wide receiver, I would kind of go for a bigger type of X guy.
Mhm.
You've already got, I mean, you already got Zay Flowers. He's 5'9", so having another 5'10" wide receiver, while it isn't impossible, and I think Tyreek Hill would be a great addition to the team. I wouldn't be upset if it happened, but I also would like them to kinda see to go for a little bit of different body receiver, get Lamar Jackson that big X type of target that can make catches downfield and break some tackles. Either way, whichever team gets Tyreek Hill, whoever gets Tyreek Hill, we know what type of impact he can have for a team. Even if it's not the 1,000 type of yards kinda guy, he can get you some big plays. It don't matter what type of stage of career he's in. Even his less speedful days are gonna be some of the fastest guys in the leagues. Tyreek Hill is gonna be a great addition for any team he goes to for sure.
Yeah, and his jumping ability. I'm interested to see how that's gonna change with his injury. He's a
Yeah,
very hard worker, and he's been in the gym, like,
facts.
his entire recovery oh, entire recovery progress, but I'm interested to see what he's gonna look like. I hope I can see him in the one type of jerseys again, so, excited.
Episode a little bit on the shorter side today for y'all, man, but we did want to come and cover All-Star Weekend and cover the Tyreek Hill news for y'all. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Be tuning in for the next episode on Sunday. Post game clarity, we out, man.
Sir, man, we out.